Sunday night primetime. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets on Sunday night primetime. Alongside Greg Olsen, I'm Mike Tirico. The kicker has us set for the start. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. This game will start with a throw on first down. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
This is brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. On the ground, this is James Cook. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here is Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
His kick is good. And the Bills are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get across across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
Get ready.
They'll run with the rookie, drafted in the 3rd round. And he's able to push through the tackles to pick up 6. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
He'll look to throw. Exiting the pocket right. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Bills have got it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Middle.
Play action. It's Allen. That's deep for the back of the end zone. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So something they teach these defenders, especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic. Don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And it's a great example here. The defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with a pick.
Down to the 10. And he will score. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Bills. Touchdown number 9 for the year. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Now, faking the give. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a 1st down. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Coming across the field, he's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready, freedom.
They'll give on the ground, and he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Come on. Hit. 70 Timberwolves. Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos. Ready.
They'll look to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, New York. Great. We're going to tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike. And I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they bounce back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Alert! Alert! Half 10.
Motion man is Rice. First and 10, and it's Allen. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Allen is going to give it to Cook. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Will McDonald their tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. They motion a receiver right. Allen now on second down. And this ball's going to be incomplete. He took the intended target. Now it's going to be third down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
That's going to be incomplete. And there'll be just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 9-7 is our score. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Go, set. Come on, come on. Hey. 60 by 6, 60.
Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready, go!
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground,
the coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking it down.
and now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
First brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Cuddy.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
He'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Turnover on downs.
On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. From 31, here's second and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Third and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 5.
At the Jets' 36-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got it at the 7, and he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The extra point by pass is good. And the Bills will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Their kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Come on, set! 60 Eagles, 6!
Drive will start on the ground. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
Let's go!
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd
Hold it ready!
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this.
Hold the set!
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Trap 50, trap 60, Panther 60, 79 Broncos. Ready?
Back to throw. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. A grab there for Wilson, his first of the game, and gives his team a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Cavity lying.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here we go, set! Lightning 18! 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Dragon 60! Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. The throw here is complete. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Jets first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Go! Ready, ready?
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
From his end zone, here's Isaiah Rodgers. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Allen. The slant into the hands of Shakir. They're going to get this all the with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Motion man is Rice. Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. Out to his right. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. They're going to take over now at their own 34-yard line.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, the ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
That's out to the flat. The Bills have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, Josh Allen. And they're into field goal range now, as he got the first down at the 26-yard line. The Bills going to use their final timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Seconds, all that remains till halftime. And the kick is away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Trap 6, Bronco 80, Dragon 60, Panther 11, Camp 18, Pioneer, Buffalo 18. Scoop.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return is Rocker. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. High pace up to his linebacker spot to make the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Here's second and 6. Play action. Here's Allen. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And that pass play good for 22. First down, Buffalo.
He took a shot on that throw, but you don't feel it quite as much when you pair it with a throw as good as that one. So kudos for him standing in that pocket, delivering a strike to pick up that first down.
Look at the 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Throwing on second down. It's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the first down. Out of bounds. A yard shy of what they needed. We'll have to pick it up on third down. They'll try and run for this with Henry. A gain there of 11. Good for a Bills first down.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Look out!
Off the play fake, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10.
What's that?
On play action, Allen. To the goal line and in. Elijah Higgins. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
18 Cardinal.
They'll try it with Cook. And he will get into the end zone. And that bumps this up to a 3-score lead.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10.
Ready?
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
Down at the 31. A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
They'll come up now for second down and 4.
Steady.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
First down.
Cut that team.
First
Cut
and 10
that
at
team.
the 38-yard line.
Pat, ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Rolling right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision, maintain possession of the ball.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. 14 on the pickup, and the Jets have a first down.
Here we go. Set. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to the air one more time. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
And there's a great example of the pressure altering the quarterback's plan. They need to continue to get him off his spot, continue to make him speed through those progressions. I think if they can continue to do that, they're going to find good success.
Flush to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Let's go. Buffalo 18.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Cook. He works free, right side, inside the 40, to the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 85 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. Extra point try by Bass. He's got it. And the Bills will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
37-yard line.
Okay, ready.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10.
Get up. Get up.
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, is clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back. They hold him to nowhere.
And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. That's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Ready.
He'll look to throw. He'll let one go down the middle. And that is Incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
Back to the air once more on second down. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. His fourth TD grab of the season.
Jets will line up for a two-point conversion.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
On the stop. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 6. From the gun, here is Allen. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and but most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
Alert!
Now Allen facing 3rd and long. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. The Bills bringing on their punting unit. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Mitchell. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Panther 11, 18, Pioneer.
They'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Forced out left. He'll try to run for it. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25. line. Big gain for the Jets there. 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 21.
Set to go now on first and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
As caught, it's Mitchell. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he's into the end zone. Peyton Mitchell. Touchdown, New York. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Jets are able to edge a bit closer.
Jets 27.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Cook. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 8. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's complete to Rice. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
12 yards. And the Bills first down.
Now it's the Michigan man, Donovan Edwards. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8. At the 44-yard line.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Allen on third down. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
Again, it's Edwards. And a much better result here. Give him 7, and it sets up third down.
Yeah, I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
That is hard. He gets the hook up with Rice. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down. Running straight ahead with Edwards. And the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Look them up on a second down and 8. They run once more with Edwards. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
So a road win here for the Bills. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.
Something to say